In addition, over time, since that point, we've instituted a robust system of performance measures. We've analyzed data on our markets, and we've begun a very disciplined review of how we're doing, where our issues are, and where the opportunities really are. Now, anytime you are driving broad organizational change in an organization, you need a compelling vision that the team participates in forming and obviously participates in making a success. And they have to buy into that vision. And then once you set that vision, everything you do has got to be aligned with it. Major initiatives have got to be aligned with that vision. The way we manage, the way we train, the way we support and reward our employees need to be aligned with that vision. And our funding and investment decisions, our communication, and very importantly, our leadership behaviors have got to be aligned with that vision. So we worked hard to establish the vision, and then we worked hard to align the organization around it in all of those ways. Now, there are two primary principles behind that reform agenda that I'm talking about. First, we live in an agency where any organization or any company that has a product or a service finds itself where secondary factors affecting that product or service are just as important as the product or service itself. Factors like ease of use, timeliness, customer support. When was the last time you made a decision on what financial institution to put your money in based on the money market rate? Or is it more important to you that your statement's right, that you have good people answering the phone to help you out with an issue, that the internet site is helpful, that you can make decisions quickly? Those secondary factors are often the central reason why organizations either attract customers or lose them. Well, at the SBA, we've lost 368 banks in our lending programs in the last 2 years. That's about a 7% decline in the number of banks that have outstanding SBA loans. And when we hear from them about what their frustrations are, it's not about fees, even though there are many out there who would have you believe that. It's about the difficulty in understanding our rules. It's about slow turnaround times. It's about paperwork burdens. And it's about the lack of support or clear assurances that they get when they have issues with our programs. And this hurts small business. Banks make SBA loans to people who cannot get conventional loans. If banks leave our programs, those businesses won't get that capital. If they don't get that capital, they can't invest in those businesses and drive new job creation and economic activity that benefits us all. This analogy holds for all of our programs, not just our lending programs, but our procurement programs and our other educational support programs. There is a fundamental connection between the effectiveness of those programs and the way we deliver them. A related fact, which I think people often treat suspiciously, is the fact that efficiency does not have to come at the cost of effectiveness. Through smarter processes, through better technologies, and a more coordinated, better trained organization, we can provide better service at a lower cost. Now, secondly, we need to make sure that our programs are having the maximum impact on our country. We need to look at our programs and ask, where will we have the greatest impact, and where are they most needed? Now, one thing is very clear. While we want to support all small businesses that need our assistance, entrepreneurship can have an especially profound impact on communities that have higher poverty and higher unemployment rates, underserved markets that include many rural and inner-city communities across our country. Entrepreneurship helps those communities by bringing lasting, sustainable economic activity, by bringing jobs, by bringing investment, and by bringing new wealth creation to places in our country that don't see it to the same degree as elsewhere. This isn't about a handout, it's about enabling something that's pretty great. You know, I think the president is very articulate on this issue. He says, if you own something, you have a vital stake in the future of our country. The more ownership there is in America, the more vitality there is in America, and the more people have a vital stake in the future of our country. And I would take that forward and say a vital stake in the future of our communities. In rural areas, small businesses count for about 2/3 of all jobs, well above the national average of about half. In inner cities, small businesses provide about 80% of total employment. And small businesses are the most significant source of new jobs, adding close to 3 times as many jobs as large companies in inner-city communities between 1995 and 2002. Entrepreneurship can be the vehicle by which these communities raise themselves up, and we are very helpful in enabling that process at the SBA.